This is a fill on a structured gel mani. I'm using the Young Nails fiber gel as a base for her, and we had a color changing gel polish over it. So, of course, we started by washing hands and dehydrating, pushing back the cuticles. And I use the edge of that metal pusher to sort of see if the sides are lifting a little bit. It really lets me know if there's a trouble spot. And she does have exceptionally dry skin and cuticles. So I get what's waving at me out of the way. Anything that's going to get in the way of a proper gel application, I nip. But I save most of the nipping again after I've filed and shaped for the last time, because I'm usually going to end up filing a lot of that dead skin away, and I don't want to make her skin too sensitive. It's really easy to cut her because her skin is so dry. There's already just grooves in her skin. It's easy to slice a file right in there. So the less nipping and filing I do for her, the better. Her nails are also very tubular. They have a lot of curve to them. So keeping in mind the final shape, using the e-file to take the bulk off in the beginning is really nice. She knew she wanted foils, so in between filing and applying the product, I showed her the different foil options. When she narrowed down the foil options, I showed it over the two polishes she was looking at and set them aside for her while I was filing her nails, continuing to prep them for application so she could continue to look at her choice and then her backup choice while I continue to work on her nails. I often tell my clients to round up colors that are talking to them, gather them, let's set them aside next to you while I work on your nails and see what continues to reach out to you. It's cutting your time in half, and you can keep coming back to the consult. Like, okay, are you narrowing any of them down? Should I get rid of these? Do I need to search for more colors for you? It's nice to kind of come back to that, so you're continuously consulting and making sure that they get what they want at the end of the service, and to show them their options while you're working on them cuts your time down. I'm using the Young Nails Protein Bond. That works really good for her nails. Plus, they're really dry, so she doesn't need a lot of any sort of primer. But of course, we're careful to get two super thin coats is what I prefer. And you'll notice I'm giving her a bit of a slip layer, knowing that I want to get it in to those grooves. And I also like to cover over the old product, seal it all in now that I've done some shaping already. And then I pick up a bigger bead and glide it over, trying not to lift up my brush too much, sort of doing a back and forth and or circular motion, so that you're not working air bubbles into the product. And I find just the less you move it, the more you glide it, really, the more the product sort of works for you. Keep in mind that gel is self-leveling. So again, if you sort of glide it where you've put that slip layer, it will level out for you. And I like to shape the nails after they've been fully cured. Some people might stop there, but I like to get a little particular and go ahead and completely shape them, including taking my trusty football bit and getting underneath, thinning out that free edge as much as possible, and just sort of sealing in those edges. It just makes for such a nice finish. And now I take the time to get as much of her cuticle and sort of frayed bits before I polish. And beautiful foils.